Hello everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel. This video will be a guide on how to recruit on LinkedIn for free. I'm going to walk you through the best methods to find and engage top talent using LinkedIn without spending a dollar. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a clear strategy for leveraging LinkedIn's free features to discover potential candidates, post jobs, and nurture professional relationships that will help your business or agency thrive. If you're a startup, small business, or simply working with a tight budget, using LinkedIn effectively without upgrading to a paid plan can still connect you to a wide pool of qualified professionals. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we have to do, and before we start reaching out to potential candidates, is that we want to have our own profile optimized. It needs to look professional and trustworthy, so for that we have to start with a photo and the headline. For the profile picture, we want to use a clear, friendly, and well-lit headshot like these ones that reflect how you would appear in a professional setting. And then for the headline, instead of just listing your job title, for example, CEO at whatever agency, you want to use it to highlight your recruiting intent or expertise. For example, helping tech startups find top talent or a recruiting manager. Next up, we have the about and the summary. For that, you want to write a brief summary introducing yourself, your background, and what roles or industries you recruit for. I highly recommend including some relevant keywords here like recruiter or talent acquisition or hiring for some kind of industry, or maybe seeking software engineers, whatever it is. You want to end with a line that encourages people to connect if they are open to opportunities. Something like, feel free to connect if you are exploring new roles. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and edit my own summary into something like this so that maybe we can incorporate a similar example. Next up, we have the experience and the skills. So right here, we want to add some relevant experience, as we can highlight any past or current experience that demonstrates your recruiting background or industry knowledge. For the skills, we want to list specific recruiting or HR skills like interviewing, talent sourcing, candidate screening, maybe technical recruiting, etc. And finally, on this section, we can add some endorsements and recommendations. So right here, you can request endorsements or ask past colleagues or clients for recommendations to strengthen your credibility. So on this section, I might include some relevant experience, as you can see right here, and then add some extra keywords into them. Next up, even if you are an independent recruiter or a small agency, creating a company page on LinkedIn can bolster your credibility. You will need a unique company email domain to set this up, so not a Gmail or Yahoo address. You want to go to the work menu on the LinkedIn homepage, top right corner, and then click the work grid icon and then select create a company page. Next, you want to choose your page type, so options might include small business, medium-large business, or educational institution. You can fill in the basic information using an official company name, upload a logo, and then write a concise description of your services. Add a cover image that reflects your brand, share industry details, website URL, and any other relevant information. And finally, you want to post news or updates about the roles that you're hiring for, client success stories, maybe industry tips, so that you can keep the page lively. A company page helps potential candidates see that you are a legitimate organization. Even if you are a solo recruiter, presenting yourself as a professional entity can attract more interest. So with that out of the way, we can start posting jobs for free on LinkedIn. While LinkedIn offers paid job postings, you can still post limited free jobs under certain conditions. And the way you can do that is that you want to visit the jobs section. So on the LinkedIn homepage, click jobs at the top. Click on post a free job, as this might appear under a post a job button, which will then prompt you to select free if available. You want to fill in the job title, for example, front-end developer or whatever it is, and then choose your company or personal brand if you are recruiting as a sole proprietor. You specify the city or the remote work, whether it's full-time, part-time, contract, etc. And then add some key responsibilities or required skills and a brief overview of the role itself. You can collect applicants via email or have them apply on an external link like your own recruiting website, for example. And then once the job is posted, you want to share it on your personal feed and company page to gain more visibility. Keep in mind that the free postings might have less visibility than the sponsored ones, but given the sheer amount of applicants on LinkedIn, you will still reach plenty of applicants if you optimize the job description and then actively share it within your network. Now, one of LinkedIn's biggest advantages is its powerful search function. Even with a free account, you can still utilize some advanced search methods to find potential candidates. You may also use some basic filters, as you can type a job title or a skill right into the search bar and then select people. You can also refine by city or region to narrow down your talent pool. As for the connections, you can filter for first, second, or third degree connections if you only want people connected to your network. Additionally, LinkedIn supports basic Boolean operators. For example, you can use software engineer and Python, and that way you can find profiles mentioning both terms. Or for example, you can go for something like product manager or project manager and agile. That way you filter profiles that mention product manager or project manager plus agile. Using these operators helps you refine your search. Just type them in the main search bar or within the people filter. Afterwards, you can sort them by relevance, connections, or any other criteria. Now, if you want to source talent from a specific organization, for example, your competitor or an industry leader, then you can type something like Google UX researcher. Then LinkedIn will display profiles mentioning Google as their current workplace and the UX researcher in their headline, summary, or experience. Another area that you can leverage is LinkedIn groups. Groups can be highly effective for networking with professionals in a certain industry or region, often without paying for advanced recruiter tools. So onto the search bar, you can switch to groups and then type keywords such as marketing professionals, software developers, or finance careers. Check group size and recent activity levels. A large active group typically offers more potential leads. You can also request membership, as some groups are public while others require admin approval. You want to post helpful industry insights or start conversations that demonstrate your expertise. Observe who's active, who asks for job advice, or who shares career updates. Afterwards, you can simply connect with them directly and then see if they seem like a good candidate. When you post in a group, you want to keep it respectful and relevant so people can actually interact with you. Definitely avoid spamming job ads. Instead, you want to share tips or ask questions that spark meaningful conversation. Then, if a member expresses interest in new roles, you invite them to connect and message them. Once you find potential candidates via the search, groups, or recommendations, personal outreach matters a lot, especially when you don't have LinkedIn Premium email credits. When you click Connect, LinkedIn allows you to include a personal message or note. I very much highly recommend that you use it. For example, you can put in hi and then their name. I noticed your experience in the skill, and then you can say that you are a recruiter with openings that might match your background. So let's connect. You can mention a specific reason, maybe you share a mutual connection or you read the recent post. That way you can show genuine interest and reduce the likelihood of being ignored. And then once they accept, you can send a short thank you message. In the thank you message, you can easily talk to them about whether they are interested in a new job opportunity. And if they are not interested, you can politely ask if they know someone who might be. Referrals can be gold. Now, content marketing is not just for businesses. It also works for recruiters. You can easily post valuable content on LinkedIn that can attract passive candidates who might not be actively job hunting but are intrigued by your post. So what can you post? You can easily go on and take industry updates, as you can share news or trends from the sectors that you are recruiting for. You can also offer resume tips, interview advice, or personal branding suggestions. You can also celebrate candidate placements or new job openings. And finally, another important thing is that you can engage your network by asking for their opinions on relevant topics. For example, which programming language do you predict will dominate next year? Make absolutely sure that you are posting once or twice a week. This keeps you on people's radars without being a spammer. Each and every single post can prompt new connections to engage, giving you more leads for free. Now let's talk about the personal versus company page content. On the personal profile, you usually see higher engagement because you have real connections. And then onto the company page, it is more official but may have fewer followers at first. In that case, you want to share major announcements or broader content, and then repost or share them from your personal profile to amplify your reach. And then on the last section, I would want to talk about getting referrals from your network. Referrals remain one of the best ways to recruit without paying for ads or LinkedIn Recruiter. You want to ask your existing connections. So if you are hiring for a specific role, you can message your first degree connections to see who might know good candidates. And of course, you want to thank people, so whenever someone connects you to a referral, follow up with a sincere thank you. That of course encourages them to help you again, and they will remember you in case someone else pops up. And finally, a personal recommendation is that you can offer non-monetary incentives. So maybe a coffee meetup or a personalized thank you note can go a long way in building goodwill. Recruitment is all about relationships. Even if you don't hire someone right away, maintaining a good rapport can lead to future hires or business leads. As a last tip, I would say that you should tap into the open to work candidates. LinkedIn allows users to mark themselves as open to work. It would look something like this. These individuals are definitely more receptive to your outreach. So when you see those green open to work ring on their profile photo, they might also mention actively seeking new opportunities, or onto the filter in the advanced search, you can look for terms like looking for a new role or available for new opportunities or open to relocation. You want to reach out to these professionals, which is often simpler because they have already signaled they want to hear about job openings. So that's really all about how you can actually start recruiting on LinkedIn for free. It all starts with polishing your own personal profile to using these searches and the groups to find hidden talent. LinkedIn can be an incredible free tool for recruiters when used consistently and thoughtfully. As you grow, keep building relationships, refining search strategies, and offering valuable insights. And then over time, you will become the go-to recruiter in your niche without ever paying for premium features. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know if you found it to be helpful or valuable to watch. If you did, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you don't miss out on any follow-up content that we can make related to this one.